Hello, my name is Lauren Bausch. My co-manager is Jasmine Williams, and we are Team H Best in Shoe. Best in Shoe is committed to providing quality footwear at an attractive price for our customers. Best in Shoe's responsibility is to continually improve all aspects of the world in which we operate, creating a better tomorrow than today. Our vision is to provide value to our shareholders and customers by creating a truly sustainable company. For our branded footwear, initially our plan was to have a high quality product at a high price. This strategy gave us an advantage in the first year. By year 15, however, we realized that we could not compete with the other firms who were able to offer a much higher number of models. We also realized that the quality of our product did not stand up to the competition, so at this point we decided to pursue a best cost strategy in both the wholesale and internet markets. We continued to offer free shipping on internet orders throughout the game. Along with a boost of internet advertising in year 15, this helped to recover some of our market share after a drastic dip in year 14. In our wholesale segment, we sought to keep prices consistently low and offer a relatively steady level of retailer support, which we found to be one of our strengths. Still, in the end, we ended up with a much lower market share in both the internet and wholesale segments than what we would have preferred. Again, this is due to being late to the game to offer a larger array of models and not offering a competitive enough price for the quality. As for our private label footwear, our initial goal was to attract price-conscious consumers by attempting to win private label contracts. We focused the majority of our private label bidding on the North American market because that is the region where we had the greatest capacity. We assumed that we would be able to have the winning bid for private label footwear because we were able to achieve an SQ rating of 4 stars. For years 11 to 13, we kept the bid price flat at $35. In year 12, we offered and sold 864,000 pairs of shoes, gaining 40% of the North American market. In year 14, we were outbid by competitors and our bid was not accepted, partially due to our SQ level decreasing and the percentage of superior materials used. Sales are driven largely by the practice of multi-outlet chains to use lower-priced private label goods to attract more consumers. Since we were unable to manufacture private label footwear in year 14, the following years were also impacted, leaving us with 0% of the market share in years 14 through 17. Our ultimate goal was to brand our footwear sufficiently, competitively, and in a way that was appealing to buyers, to generate a revenue stream large enough to cover costs and result in attractive profitability. Our total annual revenues started out strong and were steady until year 14. Year 14, we lost our bid for celebrity endorsement as well as our private label bid. We also lost money due to the fluctuation in exchange rates and an increase in cost due to the increase in models produced and distributed. We were able to increase our revenues in years 15 through 16 by increasing private label production and our wholesale marketing and distribution. We kept our wholesale price flat at $50, but continued to increase our model availability. We also increased our advertising budget across all regions to gain a better competitive advantage. Our earnings per share started out well above the industry average in year 12, but quickly plummeted in year 13 due to the appreciation of the US dollar and our failure to purchase production capacity in the European and Latin American zones. We began recovery of our EPS in year 14, and in year 16 we managed to achieve a better than average EPS. Even though our EPS was not as high as we would have liked, we never reported a loss. Our average EPS over the game was $2.75. Our global market share was pretty consistent with our earnings per share each year. We remained stable until year 14, where we lost revenue due to an increase in expenses due to the amount and quality of models we produced and distributed. Our contract for our celebrity endorser, Tiger Green, also expired in year 14, causing us to lose market share and lower our image rating. Competition also played a role in our loss of market share in years 16 through 17. Intense competition among rival footwear companies in the form of declining prices and higher footwear quality can spur market growth above the projected levels. Weak competition in the form of rising prices and subpar footwear quality can produce weaker than projected rates of market growth. Now Jasmine is going to talk about our stock price.
Thank you, Lauren. Our stock price was consistently greater than the industry average and was very close to our investors' expectations. As you can see on the graph, year 15, our stock price declined, and this was due to a low image rating. We contributed the low image rating to a drop in our celebrity appeal, which ultimately led to a drop in our stock price. In years 15 through 17, our goals were to increase our overall revenue and continue to improve our company's brand for our shareholders. We were unable to achieve our target earnings per share or return on equity, but we were able to exceed our credit ratings target in years 16 through 17. For our 3-year strategic plan, we decided it would be best to implement a global best cost approach across the board. Up until year 15, we were unable to match the revenues of the leading companies, so we hoped that by lowering costs, we could also increase our sales. Ultimately, we were too aggressive in cutting costs, and we ended up compromising our quality rating. Throughout the game, Team C, MMJ Footwear, remained our closest competitor. In year 12, we had a slight edge over MMJ. For years 13 through 17, MMJ remained in the position just above our company. Even though MMJ has no competitive strength listed until year 15, and they generally kept their strategy right in the middle of the pack in terms of SQ rating and product line, they managed to outperform us in internet market share almost every year of the game. This was due in part to their consistently lower internet pricing and high SQ rating from year 14 and so on. We learned numerous lessons playing the business strategy game. It proved to be a fun and effective way for us to learn about managing a company. From the beginning, we learned that it is important to establish a really strong strategy in the beginning of the game. We didn't do this, and unfortunately, it caused us to fall behind our competitors. We also bid on a celebrity, Tiger Green, in the hopes of boosting our image rating, but it seemed to have the opposite effect. We learned that celebrity bids are unwise in the beginning of the game and that we should wait to the outer years because there is no way for us to actually measure the value that they add or the value that they will add. So it didn't make sense for us to spend revenue that we didn't have in the beginning of the game, and we should have waited until the end. The celebrity endorsement did not make our company more profitable. Instead, the endorsement was simply another form of advertisement that we failed to realize and ended up costing us more money in the long run. We also learned the importance of repurchasing stock to increase our return on equity. The repurchase of stock increases net income, which thus increases return on equity, earnings per share, and stock price. We learned that the issuing of dividends is also beneficial. Regardless of how small it starts out, this will slightly raise the earnings per share and return on equity. One of our biggest mistakes was in year 13 when we failed to pay attention to the exchange rates. This ended up costing us greatly in that round. We also learned the importance of increasing our retail outlets and support, increasing the amount that we bid for private labels, and also the importance of having more models available for our customers. This concludes the Best in Shoe presentation. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching.